very precarious lighting phone setup today because my office has been refloored, and so I'm having to kind of moderate the volume of my voice because I had carpet and now I've got like wooden floor, and so it's quite echoey because I haven't got my furniture back in here yet. So I'm having to be quite sultry. I have no intention of this being an epically long live stream, but who knows what will happen. I was just pondering, musing as I do. And I think a lot of us are looking outside of ourselves for someone else to tell us what our genius is. And I'm guilty of this, so I totally relate. And we can get very caught up in, like, how am I going to structure this offering? What am I going to put into it? What else can I draw in? What else can I tell people about it? And we can fall into this energy of speaking to the people who aren't ready for our work yet. And what that does is perpetuate a cycle of undercharging, feeling like sales are difficult because when you're speaking to people who don't like compute what you're doing at the fucking epic level that you're doing it at, what tends to happen is they want to know more information, whereas we know that the people who are right for us, like for me for sure, people rocking up my little devil horns. How appropriate. Yes, the people who rock up into my inbox and say, I need to work with you, tell me how, are the people who are really ready for the work that I do. And the more that I've stepped into owning that and understanding that and being okay with releasing the people who don't show up with that energy, the easier it has got for me to discern when people are or aren't right for an offering. The thought that you have to say yes to how other people want you to do things is a really big pattern that a lot of us have. And that's really a part of my genius, I suppose, is helping people see that that is not the truth, that is not actually the case. And when I was on my dog walk just now, I was thinking how interesting it is that we spend a lot of our lives trying to moderate who we are and how we are so that the people that we think don't like us will kind of at least, you know, maybe endear to us, or at least like not be mean to us or bully us, right? Like hurt us in some way. We're like desperate for the acceptance of those people that we think don't like us. So there's that side of things. So we moderate in that direction. And then the people who do like us or, you know, enjoy our work, it's like there's almost this other side, this other pressure to continue to conform to what we think they want from us. And those patterns kept me trapped in repeating cycles in my business over and over again. And the more layers of people pleasing I release, the more deeply I step into my own truth, the more openly I can share that truth without even kind of realizing that I'm sharing anything particularly profound. It's like, this is just a thought I had. And the more it's going to resonate with the people who deeply need, desire, and are going to be really impacted by the work that we do. And I'm in this position at the moment where I'm once again, I wouldn't say I'm transitioning my business. I'm still going to be coaching and doing spiritual work. Like nothing huge is going to change. It's just the way in which I create offerings feels very different. And I've gone from this place of like inspiration, quick, do the thing, to, inspiration, actually, I can hold this for a bit and see what this becomes. Because as much as that jumping on the spark of inspiration, doing the thing can be very effective for me, what I'm feeling into right now is that there's like this gear shift in what I'm going to be offering and how I'm going to be structuring things. And I'm allowing myself the time and the space to really let that fully be shown to me. Because I think we can get into a pattern of scarcity as well, which is interesting for creative people, because actually one of the biggest things for us is that we often have too many ideas, and yet there's also this kind of, this is like contradicting patterning that runs, that like, well, if I don't action this idea, I might run out of steam, or I might not get another idea. What if this is the idea? What if someone else does this idea and I haven't done it yet? There can be so many different flavors of scarcity in how we show up and create in our business. And I just want to invite you back to what is really alive for you. Even if you're currently like working through something yourself, and yet you're feeling called to share about it, you're feeling called to help other people on that journey, just remember that if that's when you're at your best, because maybe part of your genius is that you are incredibly introspective, self-aware, self-responsible, and that sovereignty and that awareness is actually what makes you so powerful in the work that you do, then why not sell an offering about something that you're currently working through? I've done it so many fucking times. It's really powerful, and it served as a piece of integration for me as well, and like an initiation through my own processing. But what I've also noticed is there can be these beliefs that people need to work through around how much further along they need to be in order to help people, what they need to have set up in their business or in their life or on their current journey, what they need to have resolved and solved in order to be out there doing the work that they really want to do in the world. And I think part of my genius, as I'm kind of, like feeling dropping more and more into this at the moment, is being able to actually be that reflection and that permission for people that you can create whatever you want, whenever you want, because you as a human are a conduit, a channel for this divine energy, for, this thread of consciousness that is embodying this particular physical vessel. Only you can create the work that you're going to create in your voice, even if people are doing similar things to you. And I highly recommend, particularly if in human design you have an open head, which I do, it's very easy for me to kind of soak up all these ideas, like way too many ideas, to the point where I'm like, oh my God, so many people's energies flowing through, and so many people's ideas and ways of doing things. And I'm there going, oh, maybe their way's right, maybe their way, maybe there's something here for me. And actually, I've done a lot of information gathering in my 37 years, and I'm at that point where I really am just sinking deeply into understanding that what is in my system now, what I am now and who I am now is enough. But more than that, everything that I need to give to my clients, or everything that needs to come through me when I am delivering work for clients, will come through. And I have this very deep level of trust in my channel. And in fact, recently I decided to do a little 10-day gut cleanse, because when I've been eating crap, I know that's usually because something big is coming, and I'm like shutting my channel down. I'm like eating sugar to like close it all off. Like it's like the equivalent of me going la 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 la, but I'm like doing it like this, la 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 la. I don't want to know, don't tell me. I'm not an alien, really. So I could feel that was happening. I was starting to feel really stagnant and stodgy in my energy. So I'm on day 9 of 10. And what has happened is life force energy. I've been like, my sacral has been fucking like activated as fuck. My sacral and root chakra, if you know, you know. I've been like a squirt fest. I've been walking around just like a hormone, like a human vagina in the world, just like, oh, everything's amazing, everyone's so beautiful, oh my God. Look, if you get it, you get it. And that kind of like juice for life and just living is really important, especially for somebody like me who's sacral authority. My sacral is very important for the way that I operate and navigate the world and know what's right for me, know what's wrong for me. And through this kind of cleansing process, I haven't just been cleansing my body, I've been cleansing my business and just my energy and my life in general. So it's been very fascinating to me how the universe has been showing me opportunities, and as a manager, and I get to, you know, respond to the world around me. And it's been showing me opportunities, and a lot of opportunities have actually been no's, like things have come up. And I used to get into this scarcity pattern of, I like this kind of belonging stuff around, if an opportunity got presented to me, it was like, if I say no, maybe I won't get invited again. Maybe no one will ask me to do anything again. Maybe they'll be like, oh, she just doesn't like to do stuff, so we'll just leave her out of it. And that's this patterning that comes from, I think, being quite introverted when I was younger, and also certainly now. Like I'm pretty unlikely to say yes to going out and partying, let's put it that way, unless it's with the right people, in which case I'd probably say yes, because it'd be fun. But the universe has been giving me lots of opportunities to say no, and what that has done for me is really allowed me to feel what my no feels like, because I don't think a lot of people really do know. This is what certainly not a lot of people who kind of end up in my coaching programs and things. I guess it's because it's something that I'm learning. This idea of understanding what your yes and your no are in your body, and like being able to feel it in your body without even having to like sit with it for too long. I just literally, like, I know when something, if it's not a fuck yes, then it's a no, basically. And I remember hearing Marie Forleo saying, like, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. And I didn't really understand that, because some things would be like I don't know, maybe. But when I look at the maybes, when I like look back with these kind of fresh eyes through this cleaner lens, when I look back at the maybes, they were either very clear yeses or nos, but I just had a lot of shit, a lot of baggage around deciding and owning my yes or my no. It was like, if I decide, then I can't change my mind, or I might let people down. What if I'm flaky or unreliable? And now I just don't even give a fuck about that stuff, because if I don't want to do something, there's no point in me saying yes to it or maybe to it, because if I end up doing it, I'm just not gonna enjoy it. It's gonna deplete my energy. I'm gonna be no fun to be around whatsoever. But anyone could tell you, you know, when I say yes to something that's a fuck yes for me, I show the fuck up and I bring it. So even if it's things like a lady at the gym said to me a few weeks ago, she was like, oh, are you just always this happy? And my friend Angela said, well, she is when she's here. And I was like, yeah, that's interesting how maybe people's perception of me there is that I'm like this bubble of joy and this exuberant kind of gregarious creature all the time, because whenever they see me, I'm in my happy place. I'm at the gym, I'm smashing shit. And so yeah, of course they perceive me to be this incredibly happy, bubbly person, because when I'm at the gym, I love it there. It's a fuck yes. It's a full body fuck yes for me to be there. So of course they get that energy from me. If it was something else and someone bumped into me when I was at Waitrose doing my shopping, because I have to survive, to eat the things, although I suppose I could get it delivered, but that feels like a faff. I'd rather just get it done. Anyway, so when I do things like that kind of like survival needs, and maybe it's not like my favourite thing to do, but you know, I'm probably a little bit more bitch face, you know, resting bitch face, just getting the thing done, focusing up, got my headphones in or whatever. So depending on where people see me or where people meet me, they'll probably get quite a different idea of the person that I am. And I realised recently, like when I'm out walking my dog, I'm just in the flow of walking my dog and I'm enjoying that, and I don't always want to engage with other people. So maybe some of those people think I'm a bit of a bitch as well, because I just don't want to have small talk. Unless you've got a really cute dog, in which case I will make small talk if I get to cuddle the dog. Just saying, those are the rules, right? But anyway, tangent much? Would it be a Nolly live stream if there wasn't an epic tangent? I think not. So basically, saying yes to what really lights you up is always the answer, and I will preach this till the cows come home, because I am dropping deeper and deeper into this way of living, and it is fucking liberating and amazing, and I highly recommend it. Whatever kind of human design you are, do the stuff that really lights you up. It doesn't fucking matter whether you're a generator or not. Like, you're a human, and as humans we like to feel good, we like to feel like we're succeeding, we like to feel fulfilled and satisfied, and like there's momentum in our life, and like we've got love. And all of these things obviously have to come from within first, but a great way of nurturing those feelings is by ensuring that you're actually cleansing your life and cleansing your body of anything that is creating like a false yes or a false no. And so in this current place that I'm in, where I'm really clear on my yeses and my nos, it was interesting to me today to notice all these no opportunities that were coming up, and how it actually just felt like a sigh of relief, because like, oh, things are coming and I get to say no. And this old patterning that I was just kind of started talking about previously, I'll kind of circle back to it now. This idea of, you know, being quite an introverted teenager, and certainly like into my 20s, and just wanting to like kind of say no to a lot of stuff, probably because I had like a lot of kind of emotional unwellness happening, you know. Didn't want to be around people. I was fucking depressed as fuck. I had massive social anxiety. I felt like shit a lot of the time. Like the world was like walking through razor blades. I wanted to stay at home and be in bed all day. Hello. So although not for the healthiest reasons, when I would decline invitations, at a certain point those invitations dry up, because people just know you're, you know, assume you're not going to say yes to coming out with them. And that's something that I kind of have programmed into me, you know, like, well, if you keep saying no, then eventually no one's going to ask you to do anything, Georgina. And so I'd kind of occasionally force myself to go and do something, but I was just miserable when I was there. And very soon I learned quite quickly to just be like, no, just going to be a hermit. I'm down with that. And actually, like, my human design 6'2", I am role model / hermit. Live your design. So my point here being that we're not in school anymore, we're not children anymore, and the right people will understand that when you say yes to something, they're really going to want you there. If they have to force you to do something, then they usually, the people in my life, know if it's not a fuck yes to me and I'm like, I don't know if that's a thing for me, then to drag me there would only make their lives a misery as well as mine, because I can't really pretend if I'm not having a good time. I'm just going to be sitting in the corner emitting that energy, and therefore just let me say no, leave me at home. And when the right opportunity arises, I'll say fuck yes, and I will be the life and soul of that motherfucking party. But it's your responsibility. It is your responsibility as an individual to say yes to the things that are a fuck yes, no to the things that aren't. Stop blaming the world around you for offering you opportunities that are maybe a no, but you're like, oh, I feel like I should because people please, and if I say no, I won't get invited again. Well, you know, if you don't get invited again, then there's plenty of other opportunities, so don't worry about it. Don't fall into that scarcity pattern. If I say no to this opportunity, if I say no to this invitation, then what if there are no more invitations ever, and this is my last time ever to leave the house and do something fun, or this is the last ever business opportunity that's ever going to present itself to me. Oh my God, I have to say yes. It's just, it's ridiculous when you break it down, right? So own your yes, own your no, and understand that by doing this, you clean your channel, you clean your consciousness, you clean up your energetic field. And what really happens is so funny, like as I'm in my flow doing this live stream, I've had 2 PayPal notifications come in. It's like, of course, because I'm in my flow zone. Ta-da! But understanding that, just literally, this is like basically a real time example of what I'm saying. My genius is just jumping on and just being me and saying whatever falls out of my face. And you know, that's a big part of my genius, is just being me. And the more that I try and do what I was talking about earlier, we're like bouncing between those 2 poles of trying to remain safe around the people that I think don't like me, and trying to continue to satiate and please the needs of the people who do like me, and try and conform to what I think they want from me. You pigeonhole yourself into such a tiny little place that it feels like you can almost like paralyze yourself into not being able to create anything. So it's really been a beautiful experience and quite an enlightening experience for me to just let a lot of things go, create a lot of time and space for myself to just be with myself over the last month or so. And allow myself to get very clear on what yes and no feel like in my body, because your genius lives in your fuck yes. Your genius lies in saying yes to the stuff that feels so fucking good to you and so fun and so playful, and like you've got boundless energy to create this thing or to be engaged in this thing. If you don't feel like that, you're doing a disservice to yourself, you're doing a disservice to your clients. And as I say, I will preach this till ye olde cows come home. Say yes to what's a fuck yes, no to what's a fuck no, and watch your life open up and unfold in front of you like a fucking flower. Flower as fuck. Okay, that's my rant for today. I'm gonna go have a cup of tea, because that's a fuck yes for me right now. Love you, bye.